let's talk a little bit more about the Whole Foods Market Daily Shop, your version of a convenience store. Talk to us a little bit more about this initial rollout and what locations you're starting in.
Yeah, so we've got our first store that's going to be opening this fall. Here in Manhattan on the Upper East Side. We've got 2 more stores coming here to Manhattan. We're also confirming we've got 5 stores in New York City coming after the very first store. This store is going to be approximately 10,000 square feet, plus or minus, depending upon the location. So it's about a quarter of our traditional Whole Foods Market store. And our goal here is to make it easy for customers to do a quick fill-in shop, grab-and-go food. The Juice and Java program, which was mentioned a little bit earlier, it's a quick way for customers to get the essentials that they need on the go. If you look at a place like Manhattan here, it's difficult to add an entire new Whole Foods Market store in a location, and it's a multi-year project, some cases 6, 7, 8 years. Here we can get a site really quickly with 10,000 square feet, open it quickly, and serve some of those unmet needs of our customers.
Yeah, space is definitely a commodity when it comes to this city in particular. So a bite-sized version of Whole Foods, a convenience store. What is the difference between this version, of course, the Whole Foods Market Daily Shop, and the 365 stores that you had a couple years ago?
Yeah, the 365 store was a much larger shop, and it was really aimed on the value customer. And so it ultimately was extending to a different spectrum and trying to expand sort of our customer reach. One of the things that happened when we became part of Amazon is we were able to reduce a lot of our prices. That's something we've been really proud of. And so as we did that step, we really didn't feel that separate format was needed. And so this is ultimately taking the very best of Whole Foods Market, adding it in a smaller version, as you were saying. And our goal is to make it easy for customers to get in, get out. So, the Columbus Circle store, as mentioned just a bit ago, it's a really large store. A customer who wants to just go and grab a few items, this daily shop format is going to be allowing customers to get in, get out really quickly. And at the same time, you can go to one of our other stores and do a full shop when you have a chance as well. So we see a lot of customers shopping across both of these formats as we go forward.
So when it comes to the daily shop, it sounds like it's the format that is the differentiator. It seems like the prices themselves will be similar to what you would get in the full Whole Foods.
Yes, and we're going to have, roughly 50% of the items we carry in our stores, there'll be less facings, but the essentials of what you need for everyday grocery shopping will still be made available. I know folks talk about it as being just a convenience shop, but the reality is this is sort of convenience plus. So think about all the essentials you need for grocery and a ton of on-the-go types of food, beverage, drink, etc. So it'd be a great way for customers who are in a hurry and still want to eat the high-quality products that we carry at great value.
And I hear what you're saying about, I appreciate the clarity that this is different from the 365, that once you were bought by Amazon, it sort of eradicated the need for that lower price tier. But that being said, are there any lessons that you took away from the 365 experience applying it to this rollout?
Absolutely. One of the things that we really focused on was ways that we could simplify some of our experiences. These stores aren't going to have some of the same full service models, again, being a little bit smaller. So we took a lot of lessons learned from the experiment that we did with 365.
And we've been talking about pricing, and I want to talk about pricing a little bit more because, of course, inflation, even though the rate of inflation has cooled down, the level of prices is much higher than it was, especially on essentials such as food. And I'm wondering whether that's worked its way into the Whole Foods psyche at all, whether you've lowered prices or how you've tried to adjust around just the reality that inflation has been so hot for so many years.
Yeah, one of the things that we're really proud of this year is we've actually reduced across an average store 25% of our prices. We've also really honed in on what we call our opening price point items, many of those being our 365 items. We reduced over 880 prices across our opening price points, and it's helping make our stores more accessible to more customers. We've also increased the number of promotions across the store and made them a deeper discount. And so what we're seeing is customers reacting to it. So we're seeing double-digit growth in sales of promotional items, as well as double-digit growth in the units that we're moving on the promotional side. So customers are reacting, which is great. The other thing that we really love to provide for our customers is some of the Prime benefits. So for all of our items that are on sale, you get an extra 10% off. And we've got special deals that we do throughout the week as well. So on Tuesdays, as an example, we've got about a half dozen offerings, including a rotisserie chicken, $2 off at any of our stores. On Fridays, you can get a $12 one-topping pizza. So it's great value for customers, and especially when you look at, we were talking a little bit earlier about eating in-home versus out-of-home. When you look out-of-home, like that's where the prices are really going up. So we want to offer great opportunities for families across America to be able to have delicious food, healthy food at a great price point. And so our goal is to continue to invest to make sure that our customers are taken care of.
And it's really interesting to hear that you've seen such traction when it comes to those promoted, those discounted items, really seeing that growth. Because something that I've been wondering about is we've seen this trade down across industries, whether we're talking about food, apparel, other types of goods. And I'm wondering, has that hit Whole Foods? Have you seen that work its way into your market share?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely happens in certain parts of the store. So where we've had some, price increases take place. And I give an example, like, beef has been one of those areas that's been more difficult. So you have some customers who trade down to chicken, or they trade down to a different type of product in that space as well. So they might have bought steak before, and now they're trading down to something else. And so this is something we have seen to some degree. And what our goal as well, though, is making sure we can continue to provide the highest quality products with our quality standards. In the example of meat, our animal welfare standards. And one of the other things that we've seen some trend on as well is where customers are looking at, well, this is what I'm going to pay to eat out of home at a restaurant. I can come get an amazing ribeye at Whole Foods Market, which we saw lots of customers do during Father's Day recently. And the quality is great and the price is great. So I think we provide a great spectrum of opportunity for customers during this time.
And just to crystallize that point, though, it sounds like you still are seeing that trade down. It's just that dollar is staying within Whole Foods and trickling down there.
Yeah, we do see some trade down take place. And I don't think that happens for every customer, but definitely customers who are watching their pocketbooks, that's something that they're looking at, what other options they can purchase.
And I do want to talk a little bit more about delivery. We've sort of nibbled around it here. And you rolled out in April $10 for delivery. What has the uptake been like? Who is paying $10 for delivery?
We have a lot of great adoption here. When you look at this is a great value subscription. We are part of Amazon Worldwide Grocery, which we're really proud of, and it's a way that we collectively as Amazon can serve all customer needs across all different facets of grocery. And this subscription program is one of the great ways of bringing these pieces together. So for $9.99 a month for all grocery orders over $35, you get unlimited delivery across Whole Foods Market and Amazon Fresh. And so it's great value for money. And when you look at what customers might be paying for delivery before, anybody who's placing more than one order, you're already saving money from Whole Foods Market perspective. And now you're able to get offerings both from Whole Foods and Amazon Fresh. So any needs our customers have across the grocery spectrum, we're able to serve.